What's going on, everyone? Today we have something pretty exciting to bring to you. It is something that's been done before, but not in a customizable version that you can throw into a tiny boat. We finally made a rivet together box in certain key sizes that you cannot find plastic totes anywhere alike. And on top of it, it's aluminum, so you don't deal with near the problems you have to deal with a plastic tote. Normally, we would just run these and we deal and suffer through some of the problems we have with sizing. A lot of times, like, the size of the tote and the height of it would control the way we frame stuff. We run into residual problems with sizing. You have to mod them, you have to add a metal lip, you have to do a lot of things. Otherwise, these totes kind of control the way you do things and your framing height. They take up a lot of unnecessary space because they taper down. You don't actually get as much storage. And to weld one together like this, gigantic pain. But it's something that we would do because we really had no other option. How else are you going to get a box that would fit in just the right spot that you need it to fit? I had to rework this thing over and over, this chill mod box, until I got it to where it held water and didn't leak. It was a huge pain. If I had a choice, I would have just bought a kit like this, where I can literally just seal and rivet together my own chill mod box, and that's it. I have like a ready box that holds water like nothing. This is way easier than what you just saw me do with that plastic box. Way faster, way more effective, and it's going to last forever. They used to do these in boats where you rivet together Livewells. We just did it for tiny boats. Check this out. So we have two kits here in this box. The first one we are going to put together is the chill mod. It's just a skinny box, the same height as the Livewell, and it's going to provide us an area to run our water hoses through and slightly take the edge off the heat of the water to allow the fish to be more comfortable and survive through the day of tournament fishing, and also provide a place for you to put your drinks and other stuff you need in a cooler. It's a double whammy, and it's an awesome modification. I just used to really hate to do it because I'd have to mod my own box. That's not the issue here. And here it is, just loosely put together and dry fitted. This is how the system is going to go together before we seal it and rivet it. It's got lasered holes for 3/16 inch drill bits, so you can mark, and for 3/16 inch rivets. You need to be able to add at least the spots that we have here, where you have to pre-drill right in the selected spots, and then you can add more rivets as needed if you feel more comfortable adding more, and if it stiffens up and strengthens up your box. It's up to you. It's a little bit, it's very customizable, but it does have initial holes for guidelines. It also comes with rivets. So this is our initial, like my initial time putting one of these together. So this is like a prototype run. I'm sure I include my fails and stuff like this so you know exactly what not to do. You get a lot of slack for posting stuff like some of this, but I feel it's helpful to the audience, and we can be real. Like, how was I going to do this? I found the easiest way is to make sure all your pieces are pre-drilled before you even put sealant. Otherwise, you create a big giant mess and you have to re-clean stuff. So this is after re-cleaning and re-putting sealant. Rivet each of the sides from the front and back together with just one rivet and have them placed pretty tight together. Make sure there's sealant between all ends, between the two major plates. There has to be quite a bit. Like, be copious on the sealant. Don't skimp out. You can choose on how you want to run the rivets. You can run them inside, so it's smooth on the outside, but if it's going to be hard to do with this one because it's so skinny and I can't get a rivet gun horizontally in there because the box is too small. But in bigger boxes and all our other sizes, you can fit a full-size rivet gun in there to do this.
I'm using this Air rivet gun. It's the only one that really fits. My electric gun won't fit that tight. I have a little bit more control over securing the rivet properly.
I ordered the wrong size rivets when I asked for this kit. So you need a 1/8 to 1/4 inch grip rivet. And this is an open end rivet that you're not supposed to use, but for demonstration purposes, we will be using this rivet for the rest of the project. Later on, if it doesn't work, I'll just drill it out. Not a big issue. If you have a leaky rivet at any time, you would just drill out that rivet and reseal a new one in and pop it, and that would be it. That's also the beauty of this kit, if something ever goes wrong there. So in order, so you don't have to re-rivet and redo this, you would put the two sides on, the front and back side, with just one rivet, because if you put all three like I did earlier, you have to drill them out because you can't put those in until you get the side panels in, like so. You want to put copious amounts of 3 and 5200 And you might want to get like the fast cure, like the red stuff. I got the blue stuff, which takes 7 days. If you get that, you're gonna have to submerge it in water for a period of time, otherwise it's not gonna dry anytime fast. And you just kind of slowly work your way down. You make sure, whether you have to use clamps, you have to stick your hand in there or whatever, you cannot have the aluminum bind when you put the rivet in. You must make sure it's still. So definitely only seal as you're about to put a piece on. Don't run the sealant any farther until you're ready to kind of secure that piece after it's pre-drilled and everything. And then on all rivets, go ahead and take a little bit of that 3 and 5200 and put it around the rivet head, and go ahead and put it in there, and that will give it a nice little watertight seal there. Use clamps as appropriate. Use anything you can to make sure the aluminum is bound together as tight as possible when you're doing the rivet process, or it will leak.
Okay, so I got a bit of the mess off. Lack of dinner solves, you know, adhesive issues and also xylene. Here it is. And so all these are not closed end rivets. These are open end rivets that I sealed with the 5200 just to get it together. Really all you need is the 1/8 inch pull. It'll take care of everything. Even the spot where we tripled up, down here where there's a triple up line, this 1/16 inch to 1/8 inch grip pulled it. We're gonna go ahead and fill it up and see what it does. Okay, it's leaking from the inside beam, which is fine. That means just we have to seal on the outer corners of there. I forgot to do that. Okay, so I'm running tape down the line, just leaving a seam for all the ends that need to be beaded. And I'm just gonna pull the tape right off. That's the best and cleanest way we're gonna reseal it, because it needs to be sealed and then it needs to dry, and that takes forever. We'll talk about that. All right, so this does work. Observe, I got a little messy in one corner. I'll just have to either clean it up or let it stand, but pulling off the corners. But there, I mean, that's what I wanted it to look like. And after fighting with myself in other venues, I finally got it to look that way. Okay, so I stuck that thing in my pool and just let it soak in there forever, and that supercharged the dry process. Otherwise it would have took like 5 to 7 days for this to dry. You know, I'm trying to get this video done now. So let's fill it up now. Yeah, man, no leaks. I don't see any water movement. None from that side. Let me see. Flash on. No, there's one leak. Damn it. Everything else held. One stupid leak right there. Man, I wonder where that's coming from. It's so strange. It's coming from the crease. Okay. Alright. Well, that just means I gotta recoat it down there somewhere. But there's no leaks anywhere else. Maybe I shouldn't do as good of a job there as I thought. Like, I could see... I just have to recoat it. I'm just gonna recoat it and put it in the pool, and then it's done. But this works. There's no leaks on the other side. It's good to go. This thing holds water very nicely. So this is gonna be... This is so good, because trying to find a plastic tote this size, it's impossible. You'll never find it. You'll never find it. It's terribly hard. So there, and then that's about the last time there'll ever be that much water. Look at that. It's quite a bit of water in there. And that's the smallest one we carry. And we also carry other sizes. We make it so you can have a live well and chill mod together. I mean, your chill mod, your live well, you can smack them side to side. And that actually helps you out for a lot of other things. I'll talk about it in a little bit. So, I don't know if you can tell, but this held probably close to 5 gallons of water when we just did the leak test. That's a lot. That's like 45 pounds of water in there. That's quite a bit. And so for it to just barely leak out of sides, the only thing you just really pay attention to the triple up, because you have to triple up aluminum right here.
where you have a triple layer, that's where I was having the problems, where I know I didn't get good sealant in right there and in there. I knew it because I was too far in and I was committed and it was hot. It was 120 degrees outside. I just wanted to get it done for tutorial reasons. So just pay special attention to the bottom. Copious amounts of it. Copious amounts. Obviously, if you pre-taped it, it would help. But these, the more important thing is, like, these are open-end pop rivets. Those are open-end. I just use these because those are going to be the correct actual size. So when you get this kit, you'll get closed-end pop rivets that are only 1/8 to 1/4 inch pull, like a lot shorter. These ones down here too long. So don't worry about that. This is just a run. But what I'm more impressed is that none of these rivets leaked, not one, and they are not watertight rivets. None of them leaked with almost 5 gallons of water in here. It's pretty impressive. I'm really happy for this idea. Really happy to press it forward and capitalize on it. And we run different sizes of these on our site. Some of the most common sizes that we think people would need for setups sizes. So we're gonna put together a live well next. Stay tuned for the next vid, because the next vid we're gonna be putting a live well together. And here's all the pieces for the live well. It's the exact same height and like width as this. That's meant to pair together. Chill mod, live well combo, and it's gonna be a seamless little kit together. It's gonna be pretty nice. Can't wait to actually do it. Cannot wait. So we'll be getting these things going here. That'll be next vid, and we're gonna actually buck rivet these. We'll be showing you different types of methods to actually install rivets. Check Nate out here. This is all his stuff. If you want a custom live well, like a giant catfish live well or some other odd size that we just don't carry in our store, definitely hit him up directly, and he's a very good, nice guy. He'll talk to you, he'll work you through whatever you need, and he will get it to you and send it to you with flying colors. We got big things coming up for us. Wait for the tin can crew, wait for everything. It's happening.